Excuse me, right, this is the 64 plate Scania G450. The engine down there. I'll give you a bit of a tour of the cab. The fridge hooked up to it at the moment. G450 Scania. Show you inside. It's a bit of a mess because every Tom, Dick and Harry drives this, but I'll show you around it. Shut that door off. I personally quite like these. Storage space, you've got two decent lockers. Full of the drivers, previous drivers, oh no, that's not. Decent lockers, and you've got a lock-in one over there. What have we got up here? Twin bunk. Top bunk there for that actually folds up a little bit further. No, it doesn't. That's as folded up as it goes. Bottom bunk, which is not half bad. Little storage cubbyhole there, and one on that side along with a fire extinguisher. Now, excuse the mess, but in there you've got for your paperwork. Someone's obviously thought of putting a load of fuel receipts in there, and a map to Dagenham. Another big storage locker underneath the bunk. The bed actually lifts up, and you can get in. There's a locker under there, and there's one under the driver's seat. Over to the driver's side. Well, you've got your night controls there, your night heater controls. Sorry, a little reading lamp. There. Interactive. When I say interactive, that's what I like about these. The steering wheel folds up nicely out of the way, gives you a load more space to cross the cab. Usual heated mirrors, night lights, reading light, and your inside lights. Radio, well, your normal heater controls, your fan, your circulation, your heat, air conditioning, recirculation, night heater, then you've got your diff lock and traction control there, lift axle and weight transfer, load transfer axle, rear fog lights and your work light. That's quite a cool feature on most of these trucks now, as being automatic. And if you drive these, you probably know that's your hill start aid. What that'll do is it'll hold it on a hill whilst you release the foot brake onto the accelerator. Stops you rolling backwards. And then over there you've got your particulate filter, not needed. I'm not entirely sure what that is. That's your white smoke eliminator, I think, from when you're starting really cold engines. This is quite a good feature. Your suspension ride height, down and up, reset, so you don't have to faff about with the wand, which is also, you can also do it on the wand. I suppose you use that if you're outside. Decent mirrors, pretty decent mirrors on these. Your dashboard, you've got your driver support here, which is your cruise control set, total mileage, average speed, average MPG, total drive time, total brake time. Oh no, total time, yeah, total idle time, 15 minutes idle, which isn't very good. Total fuel used, 45 litres, 0.7 litres on idle. Driving score overall, you've got your anticipation, as in approaching junctions, leaving a gap, not going straight from the gas to the brakes, leaving a few minutes. Your hill roll, where you come off the gas just before the top of a hill, let the lorry slow down by 3 or 4 miles an hour, and then use the hill to increase the speed back up. That's your gear selection. I've never ever seen that less than 100%. And then you've got a breakdown of your driving time, 21 minutes on brake, total driving 3 hours 10. When you've got all your settings here, your startup check, your AdBlue level, clutch disc wear, which I don't think will come on unless the engine's running, brake lining wear. How come that's on 42 and that's... Anyway, brake lining, maintenance, they never ever reset those. And again, AdBlue level, all your warnings, there shouldn't be any warnings, no. Get rid of that. And again, more system checks, your air pressure in your tanks. Fuel consumption, obviously it's at stand now, so it won't show anything. Turbocharging pressure, battery voltage, engine oil pressure, and again your AdBlue level. The other thing you can do, this little bar at the top here, you can actually program that. If you go down to programmable field, you can program it to show either no information, show you cruise control, diff lock, oil pressure, actual fuel consumption, total running hours of the engine, 5,735, or the AdBlue level. Now, as there's no AdBlue gauge on these, I always tend to leave that set to the top, so then you know you're not going to run out of AdBlue, which does damage the engine if you run out of it, I think. And your brake pressure. Why you'd want to know that, I really don't know, but must be a reason. Then you can personal settings, so you can also change the language, and we have a lot that change it down into bloody Polish. Changes a whole lot, and then you have to figure out what English is in Polish. Unit, so obviously you can have your distance in miles or Ks. And I generally keep it set in miles and Ks. Fuel consumption, that's generally set to mpg. Volume, litres or gallons, pressure, temperature, Fahrenheit, or pretty self-explanatory that. What else is there to show you? On these there is a door locker on that side, but I'm a little bit close to the door to get out and show you that. So you've obviously got your normal light switches. Move the camera there. Here you've got your forward gear, reverse gear, and then your manual up and down shift. Shift the steering wheel out of the way. A few decent door pockets. Curtains. What else can I show you there? Fire smoke detector. I will show you in here, but he's kept a load of rubbish in here. Whoever's crisp packets and bloody check sheets and all sorts of things. But you get the general idea. If it was your lorry, you could keep your personal stuff in there and lock it up. Again, your height indicator, manual sunroof. Manual sunroof that you can have open. Decent sized lockers again. Basically it. Yeah, that's the Scania G450. Quick little inside tour of that. Yeah. Oh, and your window controls, your mirror controls, actually it only controls one mirror. You have to do that one manually. Central locking. Oh, the other thing I didn't show you is at the top here you've got your heated mirrors. Did I show you this? I can't remember. Anyway, I'll show you again. Your night lights, which are your little red lights at the top there and down the bottom by the doors. Your map reading light. Oh yeah, I did show you this. Yeah. And obviously your handbrake, indicators, wipers, and finally horn. And that's the Scania G450.